everyone. Hey, oh, where's my black, my arm gaiters? Oh my gosh. Well, they actually are doing a good job because I don't have as many bruises on there. I just saw a comment. Somebody says, why always the black gloves? They're not gloves. Oh my gosh. No, they're arm gaiters, and they protect my arms from the sun, from bumping, all kinds of stuff. And guys and gals wear them. They really do. So, no arm gaiters today, okay? Yeah. Okay, so I got a really exciting show for you today. What if I said the word Quartzsite, Arizona? Well, okay, that's two words, and they're proper names of cities, so sorry, city and state. Whoops, it's not just a word. But what if I do mention Quartzsite? It's only the beginning of August. But you know what? I'm going to get you excited about this because right now is the planning stage, okay? And I'm a planner. You know, I take my notes. I'm always taking notes and making lists and checking them twice. If you want to get my book, How to Live in a Minivan, The Minivan Leeway, it's got list upon list upon list how to get going in the van life lifestyle, okay? Become a nomad, okay? So I'm going to talk about Quartzsite, and I'm going to talk about if you don't have a minivan or a van at all. It is so possible. So let's get going with this, okay? Oh, and please subscribe, okay? Don't forget that. Watch it all the way to the end. Let's go. Everyone, I want to get you excited about Quartzsite because right now is the planning stage. It's really January, it's really only August, September, October, November, December. It's really only 5 months away. So what I'm going to do is I have a list of things that I believe would be good for you to have if you're still in your car. I've got 3 friends that want to come to Quartzsite. They want to meet me. They want to come to Quartzsite. Some of us talk every single day online. You're my good buddies, man. Okay? And we become really good friends, all of us. So, and you don't have a minivan left, or you feel like, or I know one of my friends, she really doesn't have a savings, an emergency fund yet. And I said, it's okay. It's okay. Look at Quartzsite as not only a vacation, but an adventure, okay? And, you know, it might take 2 or 3 days to get there, but if you stay a week or two, hey, come on, you know, you can do it in a sedan, and I'll tell you a couple stories. Yeah, I did make some tea. This is, I think it's wild cherry. There you go. And I made it with cold water, but I didn't have to. I got celestial tea. Celestial tea, because those are the teas that was listed. You guys are keeping me informed, and I really appreciate it, that they do not use plastic in their tea bags. And it is so hilarious that at the actual box now, it must be a big deal, and people are finding out about it because it says we use no plastic. I love it. Yeah, cheers. It's really good. Okay, so let's get started. You want to come to Quartzsite. You want to experience it. You want to know what this is all about, and you want to get to Arizona, okay? And you want to see what it's like, because I will say that more than half, I can't say most because I don't know the statistics, but I'm going to say more than half of all nomads, van lifers, full-time, spend their entire time in Arizona, in some area of Arizona. It's friendly for nomads. There's a lot of BLM land, and you can go north in the summer and you can go south in the winter. You've got so many, every area that you go in Arizona, it's different. It just is. Like sometimes if you go to Missouri, you're pretty much going to have green grass and you're going to have rivers running through and everything. Arizona, the north couldn't be more different than the south, right? Even the east and the west part of Arizona. The borders of California and Arizona is so different than the border of Utah. Utah and Arizona border is magnificent looking. Yes. And then you got parts of Colorado, you got a New Mexico area. Oh, yeah, it's all different. So, it's gorgeous. And I'm good, like I said, more than half, I'm going to guess, of nomads are in Arizona most of the time. So if you're thinking about this lifestyle and you want to get rid of your home, or you're thinking about giving, you really are having a hard time affording your rent, this winter is going to be a great time to come to the Quartzsite, the big gathering of nomads. Okay, I am going this year. I'm going to be there this year. All three of my friends that are thinking about coming, they all have sedans. Okay, so it is so doable. It is so doable. Now, Quartzsite, I will tell you that it is the RTR, Bob Wells, Cheap RV Living in Hawa, that organization, they put on the RTR. It's Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, and it usually starts the third Monday of January. Okay, there's in between. You can find all this information out on Cheap RV Living, their YouTube and their website. Okay, but there's also Women's RTR, which really just focuses just on women, and then they park kind of all together. I've never been to the Women's RTR. I kind of like it when all sexes and genders are involved in everything. And let's see what else. It usually, and everything runs for a couple weeks. There's the big tent, and it just draws in so many people. It draws in RVers. It draws in just the schoolies, minivans, any size of van. We kind of descend on there. And I know some really good places to park, not as dusty. I have found that when the wind really blows, I've mentioned how dusty it can be. Well, there's been times where I've actually been there for like 3 months, from January, February, and all of March. Yeah, and 2 years ago I had to do it because my other van broke, and I had to get another one, and I had to sit there on BLM land and transfer everything over and get everything ready. That was quite the process 2.5 years ago. Oh my gosh, yeah, that was quite the process. So my point is, it really is the middle of February and the beginning of March when the winds really kick in. Yeah, that you might have to stay in your van all day because it's just too windy out there, and you've got dust and debris blowing at you, almost like sand coming at you. So, but I know good places to park, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So, sedan living. If you don't have a minivan, if you don't want to commit yet to a van, but you want to see what it's like, come in your sedan. I'm going to leave the list of all the things that I feel would be very, very useful for you to bring with you. And I'm going to leave it in comments, okay? And I'll leave it in the video description. But all you have to do is look at comments. I'll pin it to the top. And I'll just look at that. You can copy paste it and put it in your phone, in whatever notebook thing that you have on your phone. Yeah. But okay, so the first person I ever met at the RTR her name was Carol. I remember her so well. I don't have her number. I don't have anything like that. She was a little bit mysterious. I think she was running. She was probably a little bit younger than me, but not by much. And she almost seemed to be very mysterious, like she was running from something. Yes, she said her children didn't want her doing this. So, but she was in a sedan. She did have a tent. Okay, and she had her chair out. She had a little table and a little chair, but she had her tent with things in it. But she slept in her back seat. She wasn't a big gal at all. She was kind of on the thin side, actually. So there was a lot of mystery to her, but she was wonderful, and you would watch her. That was my first time. That was the very first person I ever met. And talked to and got a rapport going with was Carol, and she was in a sedan. And that was in 2019, right? Yeah. So, well, actually, no, that was 2020. Yeah. because it was right after that COVID hit. Oh my gosh, yeah. I know the timeline because I'm kind of writing about it right now. And it really made me think of her because she was the first gal that I ever met. And then the second one that I met was the first meetup. It was the Facebook group meetup, okay? And her name was Mary. Oh, there were a couple gals that came in cars, but I do remember Mary very well. She came all the way from Wisconsin, and she was in her sedan. She had a lovely setup. She had everything she needed, but she did put out a little tent. So that's going to be the number one item. You don't need to have an expensive tent. You really don't. I know that Walmart sold one. I'm sure they're not $24 anymore, but their smallest one was $24. I had 2 or 3 of them. You know, now I have a better tent, but I had 2 or 3 of them. They're very small. They're very domed. They're easy to put up for $24. I'm going to guess that the smallest Walmart tent, let's just take a guess. And that later on in another video, I'll let you know what I found. I'll bet they're probably about $35, $40 now. But they're very small, and they work just fine, and they're easy to fold up. They're not weighty. They don't take a lot of space or weight, okay? So you've got your tent. Let me get my list because I'm a planner. I know I'm all excited about this because I want you all to like experience it and get going, but you do need to plan it out, and you do need to, you know, things can always crop up and something happens. It's like, no, I can't go. But at least if you can go, you plan for it, okay? Now, so tent is number 1. Number 2, you're going to need a stove. I really suggest the stove that I use. You're going to need a butane stove. This is called, portable gas stove. Okay? Oops. Yes, it's all in here. Just follow the instructions. You're going to need a stove, and you're going to need some butane. Bring at least 2 or 3 of these. Probably 2 is fine. 2 is fine. Okay, so some butane, and it's going to look different than this, but it's going to be butane fuel. Butane fuel. See, I'm so excited. I'm talking too fast. Okay, so on with the list. You're going to need, I would say you're going to need a power station. It's not mandatory, but it's going to make life so much easier for you to bring light, if you want to bring a light with you, and it'll help power up your phones. Otherwise, you're going to have to use your car at all times to plug it into the cigarette lighter so you can power it up. And you don't want to use the cigarette lighter or anything when when your car isn't running, because it's going to run your battery down. Yeah, that would be bad. But it would be nice if you had a power station. You can get a small one. You can get a Jackery 240 or something like that. But I would get a little, also a solar panel. Otherwise, what you can do is with your power station, when you're driving into Quartzsite, or you're driving there, you're driving back, have it plugged into the cigarette lighter, okay? Okay, there you go. Now, you will need this. You'll need this system. You need a bucket. I like a bucket that's straight down. Go get it like this because it could tip. You're going to need bags. You're going to need a little toilet seat. There was another seat on it, a lid, but I ripped it off. I don't need that. And you're going to need a pee bottle, okay? You will need those. You just will. You need a flashlight. Yes, you're going to need to have a flashlight. Let's see, where are my flashlights? I even have this. I have this real small one. Yeah, I have this small one through night. I have a small one, but I've got all sizes. And I do recommend through night, so you can order from Amazon, okay? Okay, a tray. You're going to need a tray. I really recommend it when you're in your car or whatever. You don't want things spilling. So some kind of a tray with a lip on it so things aren't going to fall out, okay? What else? Oh, a collapsible bucket. Collapsible bucket. And a wash rag. I recommend using a wash rag. Do not wash your body with wipes. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you had a microscope and you looked at all the little pieces of fabric and debris that it leaves on your skin, Ugh. And especially don't use it on your face. But you need wipes. Bring some wipes and a washcloth and a towel. Oh yeah, the washcloth is fine. Use that for your body and your face. But this is the collapsible bucket. There we go. Okay, you can get them smaller. You really can. I got this at Walmart. That's the only size they had. Okay, next. Okay, wipes. I already mentioned that. Oh, personal hygiene. You know, my personal hygiene is down here. Whatever you need, you know what you need. You know what you need. So, if you want to bring some makeup with you, if you want to get all pretty, when you go to Silly Al's Pizza Place, right? Or when we go to Silly Al's, right? Yeah, I mean, bring what you normally would bring. There are going to be showers there in Quartzsite, so if you're there, you can go get a shower. Promise. I promise. Okay? I think it's a good idea to have some bear spray. Mine's is getting a little worn. This is bear spray. I've never had to use it, but bear spray. For the two-legged kind of bears, right? And, I mean, you just never know. You know, coyotes, I don't want to scare you. Coyotes will not go after you. You're a big person. They're never gonna take you on. They might take on a child, but not you. But I just think it's a good idea to have. Well, another reason, too, is sometimes people have their dogs run loose. And if you're out walking and some dog charges at you, which I've had happen before, you know, it was the kind of dog that had one of those collars that they had a thing that if it came out, it was a vicious dog, and they brought it. And right at the end, she saw what was going on, and she went like that, and went, you know, and then ran back. But if you have to have a dog that has to have one of those collars, shock collars, with a remote on it, don't bring it. Not at Quartzsite. But yeah, I almost died. Yeah, so it's good to have some bear spray. I think it's a good idea to have a fan. It wasn't that expensive. It's a 12-volt fan. Yeah, it's a USB fan. Why does it 12 volt? It's a USB fan. Yeah, and you can plug it in the back, charge it up. Yeah. Let me put this back. It's a little warm. It's a little warm right now. Okay, you're going to need blankets and pillows. Blankets and pillows, okay? And you can sleep in the back. Or however, if you're an SUV, however it folds down and you can make a bed. Play around with it, okay? Okay, what else? Oh, you need like a spoon, a knife, and a fork. Maybe bring like a bushcraft knife if you have one. Excuse me. Bring one dish, one plate, one cup. Bring your water bottle so you can carry it around. And whatever you use for a mug, you know, to make coffee. These are just simple things that you can, all of this is going to fit into your car and your trunk and your car. Of course, paper towels. Bring some paper towels. If you're going to be there 2-3 weeks, bring a pack of 2. But there are stores in Quartzsite, so this is a little more expensive there. Okay, warm clothes. You need to have some warm clothes. I would bring a hat and gloves, a jacket, some long sleeve t-shirts, maybe a hoodie. But you're also in the afternoon, you could and possibly will need to have just a t-shirt, even a sleeveless, and some shorts, okay? Because it changes, yeah. And some athletic shoes. You don't have to have hiking shoes. You really don't. I have hiking shoes and I never wear them. I wear my tennis shoes. Make sure it's got some tread on it. You know, you don't want to fall or slip. And also think you need to bring your window coverings. Even if you're just in a sedan and you don't have window coverings yet, you don't, because you think I'm going to get a minivan. Just bring some extra towels or pillowcases or material or whatever. Because what you can do is you can bring your window down, stuff it on the inside and roll it up, and then you can have that. I mean, that's what a lot of people do. They just have a towel and their window, they bring it up and it holds it there so they have privacy. And make sure you have a windshield cover, okay? So basically, those are the things. I'm going to leave this list in comments, okay? And I want you to get excited about it, you know? No, I'm not going to have a meetup. No, nothing official, no meetup. That was never a good idea for me, and I'll tell you why. Because it was too, and a few of the other guys, it wasn't just me, but we got overstimulated. We really did. The first meetup, oh my gosh, I got stories on that one. Even before the meetup, and the meetup was going to be like 10 days, so I already had 10 days ahead of me. But there were people finding out I was there, and they were coming and wanted to meet me, and it was at all hours and whatever. They were there to meet me. And I remember one gal, it was so stressful, this one gal, two gals, and they just pulled up, and my van was here, and they pulled in fast too. I was eating lunch, and I could see them out my window, and they pulled up right beside me right here and stopped. And I got out, and I was just kind of shocked. I think I have food in between my teeth. It was really uncomfortable. And they said, and I come out, and I didn't look like, oh, you know, what's going on? And she goes, well, if you don't want to meet us, you know, whatever, and we'll just go. And I'm like, okay. No, it was uncomfortable. And so, yeah, it wasn't cool, you know? And so I was nice about it, but by the time the meetup actually started, I was worn down. I was worn down meeting people. I felt like I was on stage, you know? Oh my gosh, no. So there's no meetups, no. And I was even shocked that I had a meetup the second year. Wow, talk about abusing myself. No more meetups. I'm not the meetup kind of girl. So be excited about Quartzsite, everybody. You're going to meet people. You're going to have a really good time. And if you can just look at it like a vacation. And if you have a sedan, my point is with the sedan, do you still have just a regular car? You can do it. You can do it, okay? You can do this, okay? Okay, so that's it for today. I'm going to see you tomorrow, though, right? But please subscribe. Make sure that you're subscribed. And I got the book, How to Live in a Minivan, the Minivan Leeway. And if you want to support me because you just enjoy my videos and I'm your YouTube creator that you really enjoy, go to minivanlee.com, click on gifts, and there's all amounts, even $5. It just really does help. It really does to keep me going, okay? I love you guys. You know I do, right? Bye now.
Whoa!
That's a good one.
I wasn't counting on that. Were you?
I think it's like 13. They just go. Just keep hitting it up. You have to meet the ball. Boom, boom, boom.
And are you supposed to look at it or no?
Obviously, I do better when I don't, because I just.
Wow.